Hi, I'm Linda from BMR Active, and today we are going to be interviewing Gemma from Gemma. Here we go. Hi, Gemma.
Hello.
Hi, let's take two. So, I already interviewed Gemma, just let everyone know this is my first little BMR Active fit bloggy. And thanks to my tech savvy ways, I should say, it didn't really work out. So, thank you so much to Emma, Emma, what am I saying? Gemma, who's back on. I'm all fiddle diddled with my technology.
That's okay.
We're back. Thank you so much. I take off my glasses. So
Yeah, no
today
problem.
I'm having a chat to Gemma. Gemma, I went to fitness college with and is also a fitness professional. She's a personal trainer and she teaches Pilates and teaches one-on-one and fitness classes and is here to chat to us today kind of a bit about life in, I guess, lockdown now. I guess we can start there. How are you finding, I guess this is, what would it be up in Northern Ireland? Is this your third lockdown?
Yeah,
Or
this is our third lockdown. So it's yeah, we're getting through it. I'll have to say that much. I don't think anyone's pleased about it, but
no?
it's hard going. Like this one's a lot more
Yeah.
strict than the last two, and it's finding a way through it is the main thing, you know.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And like we were discussing before, we actually had a great chat before. So we're discussing about, I guess, keeping motivated through it because I guess for our viewers outside of Ireland, all the gyms are shut, like everything's basically shut except the supermarkets. So it's trying to, I guess, one, as a fitness professional, kind of what do you do with your business now? Like, I guess for yourself, kind of when this lockdown has come in, or the first even lockdown, kind of what was going through your head at the time and what were you thinking? Okay, what can I do as a fitness professional to keep myself motivated and keep my business going?
yeah, so one of the things that I tried to do was just keep everybody that I had already as part of my fitness business, keeping
Yep.
them going and look after them first and foremost. I moved everybody online for their one-to-one sessions, and then I did online Pilates and online movement classes.
Yep.
Then I started my YouTube channel, which is Gemm O Pilates, and
Good.
just tried to get to grips with, filming, editing, and doing all that kind of stuff.
I know, I
On
can understand after today. Like, it's quite
Yeah,
hard, isn't it? Like, because as a fitness
yeah,
professional, you have all your
there's
fitness
a
things,
bit
but you have to
of
learn
everything.
to be tech savvy as well and understanding all the different things that can happen there too. So well done. Like, yeah. Did
Yeah.
your clients find it? How are they finding? Like, have they found the transition, I guess, from going in person to online a bit easier? Have they found it a bit harder? Or
There's some people that it really kind of suits, and then other people just um, kind of struggle to get a hand on it. But one of the things that I tried to do was just meet people where they're at, just try to find out what kind of equipment that they had in their house, and see if they wanted to do face to face, or if they were happy enough just doing their own thing on the app, and then just making sure that I was available for coaching calls whenever they needed it, like giving them a little pep talk, or making sure that they had enough support. And how I did that was really checking in with people every week and making sure that they understood that the check-ins was for them, not for me,
yeah,
and made sure that they kind of treated it like a diary. So anything that was coming up, I could kind of see it, and then we could decide whether we needed a coaching call or not, and then move on to like a face-to-face chat, so
yeah,
that anything that was coming up, we could nip it in the bud quickly and
yeah,
try. And because your motivation, it like peaks and troughs all the time, so
yeah,
you just need to kind of have somebody to kind of have your back and tell you, like, okay, well, things aren't going great this week. That's okay.
Yeah.
Let's figure out a plan for it, you know? So
Well done, because I guess like sometimes as a PT and as a fitness like instructor and Pilates instructor, like you have to be your energized and motivated yourself to keep them motivated. So I guess the question is, how are you keeping yourself motivated through this time as well? Because that's really important too.
So one of the things that I do to keep myself motivated is I keep a meticulous calendar. Like my calendar, I use Google Calendar, and everything is color coded. So
Well
if
done.
everything is kind of in our blocks. So if I have to teach a class,
Yeah.
or anything like that, it's one color, and face to face with clients, it's another color. Then if I've got my own workouts to do, they're in pink, and like a color that really speaks to me.
Yeah.
And I just block out time for everything. If I know what time I need to get up at in the morning, then I know when my bedtime is going to be. So being really strict with myself, and
Yeah.
because, you know, you can just sleep until noon and then stay up to 3 or 4 in the morning, because there
Yeah.
is no structure at the moment. But
Yeah.
you have to kind of keep yourself in a routine as much as possible. And even though I'm self-employed and, you know, don't have anybody to really answer to, I'm
Yeah.
accountable to myself, because I
Mhm.
know that, right, these are all the things that I want to get done, and this is how I'm going to get it done. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm always
And
kind
you're
of
right. That's
looking forward.
routine's really important, because I think that's what everyone's finding at the minute. Because you just I guess over here, like you just don't know when you just don't know when like this lockdown's going to end or what's going to happen throughout the rest of the year. So you're right, that's really useful, that's really helpful. And have you found, I guess we were talking about this before as well, that I guess because people are at home now, and a lot of them working from home, or they have kids at home as well and things like that, so they wouldn't be going to a gym and they wouldn't have the equipment. So what kind of equipment have you found easy, I guess, for teaching your classes, or that your clients have found useful? Like,
Yeah. Well, the number one thing that everybody has access to is, you just need a little bit of space, and a
yeah,
yoga mat is basically the number one piece of equipment that you need,
yeah,
because you can do a lot with body weight. And a lot of people kind of put through home workouts because they're like, oh, it's not the same as the gym. But you have to get out of that mindset completely. You have to say, well, it's not the same as the gym, but how can I challenge myself with this? How can
yeah,
I work on the things that I've been neglecting, like mobility and things that are a little bit more boring? So, you know, you
yeah,
can, there's definitely other ways to challenge yourself. So thinking about like joining different modalities of movement like Pilates or yoga that you've never really tried before,
yeah,
is it's a brilliant opportunity for that. And just getting like access to trainers that you probably wouldn't have before is like a
mm,
really good opportunity as well. And one of the things that I've found is like having, if I am using equipment, making sure that I only use one piece of equipment throughout like that video or that session, because sometimes it can get a little messy, you know, if you're like, okay, we're going to use the band, and then we're going to use this, and then they're going to use this.
yeah,
So like thinking about like having a video where I'm only using a studio barbell, or I'm only using you know, dumbbells, or I'm only
yeah,
using a booty band, or I'm only using a resistance band. That kind of breaks the monotony up, because you're like, okay, I need to get creative with this. What can I do with this one piece of equipment?
yeah,
If I only had this one piece of equipment in my house, how could I use it the most efficient way possible? You know, so that's
yeah,
been really key to keeping me interested and keeping other
yeah,
people interested, because sometimes, you know, some people only have the space for a mat and a resistance band, so you gotta kind of meet people where they're at.
that's right. And keeping it kind of practical as well. Exactly. Because, and I guess sometimes as well for people, like, they want to, they have good intentions, but sometimes it might be overwhelming if it's like, yeah, you have to use this bar now, and you need to buy kettlebells, and you need to buy this and that, and they just think, oh, it just might be too much, especially if they've got like lots of other worries, or if they're feeling a bit anxious. And I guess, like, that's another thing with like this whole COVID and feeling a bit uncertain. I guess it's, fitness is a great way of kind of keeping yourself, isn't it? Like, it's a nice way of,
Yeah,
kind
it
of releasing
definitely
worries and things
definitely
like
like
that.
breaks up your day, and it's a great way to kind of leave all your worries behind, because if you're
Yeah.
focusing on you and you're focusing on getting a little bit sweaty, and when is the timer going off, there isn't a lot more room for you to worry about like different
Yeah.
things that are going on. But it's finding that time, finding that space for you.
Yeah.
Once you carve that out in your day, like, you're definitely gonna have more patience for homeschooling. You're definitely gonna
Yeah.
you know
More
find
productive.
all
Yeah.
that good stuff. You're definitely gonna have more energy for things as well, and
Yeah.
find that it helps your patience as well. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
And I was going to ask, actually, what benefits have you found, I guess, throughout this process? I know, like, we see a lot of negative things on the news the whole time about it, and people do feel a bit anxious. But, like, I guess for me, I found a few benefits from working from home is that, it's taken away my commute, and, like, it does give you a bit more time during the day to do a bit of exercise. Like, you can have you found that, or have your clients found that, any, like, I guess, positive things out of this, fitness wise?
Well, a lot of people are finding that they have more time for their family. I definitely have more time for my family too.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I find is that it's helped me reevaluate my priorities and really see like what was working, what isn't working, and
Yeah.
what I can afford to cut out. Because before all of this, I was working about 3 different jobs, and I was going here, there, and everywhere. And
Yeah.
now I know that I kind of want to streamline that a bit. And it's kind of just made me refocus what my priorities are and where I want to go from here. And it's kind of given me more clarity on what's important. So it's really good.
Oh, good. And so, Gemma, you were saying to us, you do Pilates and you're doing personal training one-on-one. So, kind of, what different mediums are you using to, I guess, kind of teach your clients, and
Yeah.
explain a bit more for that?
Sure. So one of the things that I do is I use Zoom, and I use a platform called True Coach.
Hmm.
That helps me program people's workouts for a number of weeks, and I can put different things in there. Like, people can either do their own workout if they're pressed for time, and they can kind of work through that as much as they want as well. Or they can come and do a Zoom class with me, or they can choose a YouTube video that I've put up as well. So there's a lot of different ways that people can interact, and that they can choose. Like, it's kind of like build your own workout,
Yeah.
choose your own adventure kind of thing. So there's lots of things that people can do, which is brilliant. And yeah, just going back to the True Coach
Yeah.
platform, like, it helps me. It helps the client especially, because with that platform they can kind of see what the um what the movement is,
Yeah.
and it has like a video attached to it, so they can go in and see how it's performed, and then they can see the reps, the sets, and they can get a good sweat on that way by
Yeah.
lowering their amount of rest time and stuff. And a lot of people have been feeding back to me that, like, some of the Zoom classes are a lot harder than we would have
Oh,
done in the
really?
gym, because yeah, because we're kind of like stuck for time. So I'm like, okay, we're going to go in, we're going to do this, this, and this, and then I'm giving them less rest time. There's less like moving from one piece of equipment
Yeah.
to another. So it's just like kind of boom, 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 and they're like, so when is the gym opening
That's right. When can I go back
again?
in?
Yeah.
No. And so, with a lot of your clients from your classes, because you're working, was it at Pure Gym up at
Yeah.
Newry? So a lot of them have kind of followed you online, kind of participating in the classes that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before all of this, I would have like
Yeah.
gotten the majority of my clients through people coming to classes, talking to me on the gym floor. And
Yeah.
now it's kind of different because people are seeing me show up online, and you have to kind of keep showing up and keep being at the
Yeah.
forefront of people's mind before
Yeah.
they'll kind of like buy into you a little bit more. So
Yeah.
you kind of have to show your personality, which has definitely been a big learning curve for me, because you can show up and then you're thinking about the camera, and it's
Yeah.
less like you're you're trying to build rapport with people through a camera, which can be
Yeah.
really difficult as well.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, I hope I don't come across like fake or weird or something. You can't
Yeah.
tell. So it's definitely harder to get your personality across online, I
It
think.
is. And have you found, like, because when I've done like some yoga classes and things like that, I found that, I guess this is the one, like doing it online, is that, sometimes the technique, you'd be able in a classroom situation to walk around and help, I guess, fix people's technique or kind of demonstrate them one to one, or kind of, have you found, I guess, maybe, especially with Pilates, have you found that transition a bit more difficult because you're showing the pose as it would be, and then trying to kind of watch all these people on your camera to see how they're going? How have you found that?
Yeah, it was definitely difficult at first because the temptation, well, the with Pilates, you want to put your hands on people and you want to kind of move them about
Yeah.
and give them that tactile feedback.
Yeah.
And just can't do that over Zoom. So it has definitely challenged my communication skills because
Yeah.
you need to be able to say it and then say it in a different way that kind of might resonate with people, and then like think of different imagery. And yeah, so it's definitely been a lot harder, but it has been good in a way, because
Yeah.
I think I'll come out of this a stronger
Yeah.
teacher, because I'll be able to communicate, use imagery, and then as a last resort, use tactile feedback. So I think it's going to help, definitely.
Exactly. And I guess you can have more people come to your classes this way as well. Like, I guess that's kind of been the other benefit of Zoom that I found, that you're not quite limited as to having, 10 people in a studio. You can have quite a few more as well, and globally, like just not from, Northern Ireland or Ireland, like, so that has been a real benefit, would you say,
Yeah,
kind of
definitely.
teaching online?
Yeah, that's a really cool benefit as well. Like just getting to reach people like where they're at and wherever in the world they're at as well has been really cool. So that's been enjoyable.
Yeah, would be enjoyable. And have you been, I guess, kept in touch, I guess, with other fitness professionals to see how they're going? Or I don't know, like, would you, I guess,
Yeah,
because when
well,
you would have seen all your friends at the gym and, the other PTs there that you're working with, how are they finding it, I guess?
yeah, reaching out to people has been because you're so focused on what you're doing and stuff, it
Yeah.
can be hard to reach out to people. And then because you're in the house a lot, you're with your
Yeah.
family and everything. So
Yeah.
there's been one aspect of it, but I joined like a PT mentorship.
Oh, well
It's called
done.
PTMA. And I'm doing that at the moment. So I'm seeing a lot of PTs through that, and
Oh,
that's
well
been like
done.
really helpful. So they're coming up with a lot of ideas, and it's been really, really good. I've been enjoying it, and it's really pushing me to improve my business as well. So,
Yeah.
you know, even though I'm a coach, I still need a coach. So that's okay.
Exactly. And now you raised such a good point, because that's so important. Like, we were talking about that earlier. Like, as you said, you kind of at home now, but you still need to be feeling like you're updated and learning as well. So then you can teach and, help others learn through your teachings. So that's really important. Well done. And I guess, like, kind of to wrap up, how, I guess, moving forward, we kind of touched on this earlier, but to kind of keep yourself motivated, you have your diary and you block out your times and things like that. But I guess kind of moving forward, do you have anything in the pipeline that's going to,
Yeah.
kind of keep going and things like that? Or
Yeah. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be releasing a totally free program. It's going to be a Return to You movement challenge on YouTube. So that's going to be 5 days worth of movement and creating a bit of community and, you know, trying to get people moving in their own homes and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's in the pipeline and in the works, and I'll be posting regularly to my YouTube channel and to my social media. So that'll be
just to remind everyone out there, what are all the different channels they can kind of reach you on or access your different like fitness ideas and classes on?
yeah. So I have Instagram, Gemma O
Yeah.
Pilates. And in there is all the details of how you can work with me. And I've got a YouTube that is Gemma O Pilates as well. You can find me on Facebook with Gemma O. I think it's Pilates and personal training. And then what else is there? Yeah, I think that's it.
Well done. That's
There's so
loads.
many different like social medias there that I've definitely forgot one, but
I know,
I
same. Or
think
you
that's
forget
it.
like the post one and you're like, did I do it on this one or the other one? But no, thank you so much for your time again.
No problem.
And you know, it's definitely check out Gemma's site. It's so great that, you know, she's got the ability to do Pilates and personal training and teaching fitness classes and keeping you just up to date and keeping you motivated. So thank you so much, and we'll have to chat again.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.